So what we want to do now is just do it continuously without taking much of a break or without too much explanation. So I will give the basic explanation, and then we want to try and get this continuity so that in these next 55 minutes or so we want to try and get all three Bhastrika exercises done for the lungs. We want to then move on to Kapalabhati for the stomach, and we want to do that at least 10 minutes. Then Ujjayi Pranayama, which we want to try for 5 minutes, the one for the throat. So I mean, we won't practice Agnisar today, but we'll go for the throat exercise, Ujjayi, where we tighten the throat, okay, and we try and pull the breath in to correct our thyroid and parathyroid, okay, so to correct the throat issues. And then we will move on to Anulom Vilom for the brain and the nervous system. That we also want to do 10 minutes. So we're going to try and keep this continuity. Like I said, always as I give the explanation at the beginning, make sure you don't force yourself to hold the breath in or out, or pull it in with too much strength, or try and force it out for too much longer than you can cope. Whatever is your capacity, you have to listen to your body and do it in accordance. You obviously should always seek medical advice if you do have major breathing problems, but if you do have major breathing problems, you can't do these exercises if you have shortness of breath, for example, okay, or you are majorly asthmatic or anything like that. So, you know, those people have to be supervised. They can do pranayamas, but they have to be supervised. They have to be done in a very different way, okay, and so it's not advisable to just try and do it as per the norm, which is what we're doing here. So you are generally fit and healthy to be breathing. This is a preventative measure. It's to increase our immunity. It's to increase our lung capacity first and foremost. Hence the emphasis on the Bhastrika Pranayama, or the lungs related exercises, is much more. Then once we've done the one for the brain and the nervous system, we're going to go back to one of the breathing exercises which I told you is for the lungs. It is a form of Bhastrika, but it's also got its own name called Udgit, which was the sound, the chanting of the Om sound, or the Omkara sound, but not by chanting the word, just as chanting the sound. So breathing in, breathing out through the heart and out through the third eye, that which we did before. So if you're not sure, you will need to refer back to some of the older videos, and really, if you're new, you should be starting from the videos that have been posted and are still on my Facebook from 2 weeks, on this Saturday, it will be 2 weeks ago, okay? And then obviously just work through the ones in a chronological, in a date order. Make sure you had at least a couple of glasses of warm water, so, you know, always try and drink something so that our stomach and its toxins can get flushed out when we do the various breathing exercises. So this is important. You've got to make sure you're on an empty stomach for at least 3 or 4 hours before you start, before you do any breathing exercises. So you should be essentially like a bit, not too hungry either. So you should have had food about 3 or 4 hours ago. Right, good. In between, you know, you can just have tea or coffee or whatever if people want to, or just better to have a healthier drink like some kind of a smoothie. But generally a smoothie is considered to be like food because it's quite heavy. So I would say definitely don't have that 2 hours before you're going to start. Right. Most important point is you have to keep still in your posture. So you shouldn't be moving about. In between, we're not going to try and do these exercises because you should be able to sit cross-legged like this, or if you can't sit cross-legged without getting fidgety, getting problems in your hips or whatever, then I would like you to sit for the entire, this 50 minutes, 45 minutes that we're going to do like this, with your feet flat on the floor and your legs shoulder width apart, a right angle here at the knees, and then relax like this, okay? Eyes should be closed, mind should be relaxed. Your mind should always be staying in the present moment, which is here, where we are. Not keep on drifting here, there, going to the kitchen, what am I going to eat next, what are the kids doing, what is my mum doing, what is my, you know, whatever it might be, you need to stay very focused. If there are people around you, you have to make sure they're as disciplined as you are and determined as you are to learn these very ancient breathing techniques, yoga breathing techniques. But these are called pranayamas, and they're there for the benefit of everyone. It's to build people's immunity, and obviously when done correctly and in a very disciplined way, it does take you into a very deep state of meditation. Meditation is right at the top of the yogic practices. So if we divide it into meditational yoga, mind-based breathing yoga, and then physical yoga. Okay. Now that doesn't mean that the physical yoga is not important. It is. Any kind of physical exercise is also important. But meditation is by far the most superior form of yoga or yoga, because not only does it relax our mind and remove things like stresses, anxiety, depression, which themselves are responsible for, some people say 70, 80, 90% of all diseases. Okay, even the medical fraternity talk in this way, that the state of the mind is so important that it can actually induce illnesses. Okay, so what I want you to also understand is, not only does it relax you, meditation energizes you. So we're going to do a very basic meditation. When I say basic, it's called Sahaj Dhyan. Sahaj means fundamentally the basic fundamental kind of meditation you should do to get yourself in the correct state of mind before beginning the breathing exercises. And yes, there is an argument for doing the meditation after the breathing exercises as well, because you're even more in a meditative state. But the foundation needs to be meditative also. So try and do the basic, even if it's the minimum, meditation at the beginning, analyzing your breath, as I'm going to ask you to do shortly. Okay? So, sitting straight, spine straight, back, neck in line with the spine, not too erect, not too slumped. Do not curve the lower back. Okay? Chest slightly out, but ever so slightly. Okay? Hands will be in a certain position. These are called mudras. I'm going to come back onto the floor because I'm going to sit like here. Mudras. A certain position of the hand gives a better flow of the pranic energy, the life force that we are generating through the breathing exercises, and then increasing its flow and making it work in a certain way by holding hand mudras. These you will just simply have to listen as soon as I mention it. Okay, if you're not following it from the beginning, you're coming in between, it's not ideal. People should be here right at the beginning of the class and doing it all the way through. If you're coming in between, I'm not going to be repeating things for people who come in late. Yeah, it's just that otherwise it's breaking our flow. So we want to try and get some continuity. Coming up to 6:15 we'll begin. Then we will go on for 45 or 50 minutes we will do today. Okay, we'll work till about 7:05 if that's okay with everyone. Now, let me just get this. I want to get the stopwatch on only because I want to keep a real discipline on this one. And in these 50 minutes, we want to do the basic meditation, the 3 lungs related exercises, Kapalabhati, Ujjayi Pranayama, Anulom Vilom, and finishing off with Udgit, if possible. Let's see if we can do that. So, beginning now. Aankhein band, man sahaj. Eyes closed and relax the mind. Keep the palms open and just allow the natural breath to come in, and analyze the state of your breath as it enters at the tip of the nose. Do not pull the breath in, do not throw the breath out. Simply first make the analysis, is my breath coming in smoothly or in intervals haphazardly, or is my breath coming in deep or shallow? Is it staying at the top near the neck? Is it going further down into the anahat chakra here in the middle of the chest, the heart chakra, or is it going further down into the stomach area, or from there do you feel it filling up the lungs, or is it very much shallow? Is it short? Is it long? Keep the mind like a shadow behind the breath. This is very important so that the mind does not drift. As soon as the mind starts drifting, bring it back. Treat the mind as if it is just following the breath as it leaves the tip of the nose and as it enters. And when it's inside the breath, inside, you're analyzing where it's going. It's following the breath like a shadow. Now that the breath, I want you to visualize your spirit, your ghost body, sitting here at the Anahat chakra, which is right in the middle of the chest. This is your power source. This is what actually pulls the breath in. When we are no more, the breath stops because something leaves. Certain power within us stops. This we call the Atmaram or the Jivatma or the spirit soul which sits here. This is the same form, it has the same form as you, but as the body of light and air. It is the size of a thumb and sits here. I want you to visualize that if you're able to. If you don't believe in a spirit soul, just think of it as a power source, that you will be pulling the breath in from the middle of the chest. You are not going to pull in from the nose like that. The nose is simply open, like a window is open. You are inside your house. This body is your house. You are the temporary tenant in this body, the spirit. You, the spirit, will pull the breath in. And with this feeling of deep attachment to our spirit, understanding that there is a power source, we lose our ego. We stop our intellectualizing. And we lose this ego that we are physically breathing, that it is a machinery. No. This machinery is being worked by a power source. A power source which has never been understood, which cannot be kept. When it leaves, it leaves. Science may develop to a certain level, but it cannot go to the level of keeping that power source within us. When it needs to leave with the last breath, it shall. Realizing this truth, and with this frame of mind, this thinking, you're going to start breathing in. Pinky and the ring finger will be connected to the top part of the thumb. This is called Pranayama. This increases our immunity and brings about the correct flow of pranic energy within the body. This is called Pranayama. I want you to see the breath coming down to your spirit and spit, and I want you to see it as a light. As soon as it touches the spirit, it becomes like a beam of light. It splits along your diaphragm, and I want you to see it now filling up your lungs from the top part of the lung, like filling up a glass of water. It goes down to the bottom part of the lung and fills it from bottom to top, filling up your lungs with this light, with this energy. I want you to visualize your lungs now are vibrating and pulsating with this energy, this light. This represents full capacity of the lungs. And from there I want you to see the lungs feeding this light, this oxygen into your heart, which is just to the left of the heart chakra. It's within this chakra. And I want you to see it feeding the light into the heart, and the heart now pumping that light into your blood and pumping the blood all the way to your brain and to all the organs of your body. Think of the blood flow like thousands and thousands of rivers flowing inside you in these vessels, in these veins. So your blood is flowing all the way to the tips of your toes, to your fingertips and throughout. I want you to see this rush of light and energy flowing right throughout the body. Visualize this powerfully and realize that you are vibrating with this energy, and an aura has begun to form around your body. An aura which is coming out a couple of inches from your physical body, and it is now you are entrapped, if you like, you are encased in this body of light which is around your physical body, and it is pulsating. And I want you to feel this vibration and this tingling sensation and this warmth and this energy all across the body, and wherever you feel there is pain or discomfort or any underlying conditions, I want you to feel more of that light and energy going to that area and absorbing the pain, the stress, the discomfort, and releasing it now into a deep state of relaxation. as you go deeper and deeper into your meditation. For I am the healer. You are the healer. I am the healer. Say this to yourself. I am healing. In your mind you should be speaking this mantra. I am healed. For I am the healer. I am healing. And I am healed. And with this positive base, this affirmation, this mantra chanting inside you, your spirit is saying, I am the healer. I am constantly healing this body. And I am healed when I realize what I am. I want you to start beginning to breathe now from the middle of the chest. Keep the face relaxed, lips gently sealed, eyes closed but gently. Teeth are not grinding, tongue is resting. And with this feeling of surrender to the Spirit, breathe in 3 seconds. Do not hold the breath for more than 1 second and instantly breathe out by pulling the stomach in ever so gently from the navel and then letting it go. Breathe in 3 seconds, hold for about not even a second, and then breathe out for about 2 to 3 seconds again. Hold out for about a second, breathe in 3. Begin. Slightly constrict the throat so you get this ujjayi sound naturally forming. This sound should come naturally as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Do not pull the stomach with any great strength, just very lightly, and then let it drop naturally. Keep going. We need to do this for 3 to 5 minutes. Three seconds in, then 3 seconds out. A slight half a second to 1 second pause in between. Keep your mind like a shadow. Follow the in-breath, follow the out-breath. Follow the breath as it moves inside the body. Breathing into your anahat. Feel each time your lungs are filling up and lighting up in the way I described at the beginning. They're being energized. Think of the anahat, so the chest will expand. You may feel lightheaded. That's quite normal. relax, open the palms, analyze the breath, realize how it's flowing. Is it short, is it long, is it deep, is it shallow, is it coming in smoothly or roughly? Or have you become very still? Don't open the eyes, keep closed. For when we open the physical eyes, we connect with the physical world. When we close our eyes, we try and open the internal eye, the third eye. We try and keep internal. Simply keep within your feelings, your mind, keep it inside, listening to the breath, listening to the body. Now, we're going to breathe in 3 seconds, okay, and then hold it for 3 seconds. Then we're going to breathe out 3 seconds. Then we're going to hold it out for 3 seconds. And then again, the cycle begins. Then at some point I will say hold it for 6 seconds. Only the holding of the in-breath will start increasing from 3 up to 6. Then in 6s we're going to go up in 6. No, actually, let's just do 3 in, 3 out, and 3 holding for now. Then we will do the 6 seconds later. Okay, begin. Hold. Out. 3. Hold. In. 3. Hold. 3. Out. 3. Hold the breath out. 3. In. 3. Hold. 3. Out. 3. Hold the breath out. 3. In. 3. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. Hold. In. Hold. Out. And relax. That we did for about a minute to 2. In total we have done 5 minutes of lung-related breathing exercises. We are now going into the next 5-minute session, the second breathing exercise. Breathe in over 6 seconds, hold for 6 seconds, out for 6 seconds, hold it out for 6 seconds, minimum 3, then breathe in again for 6 seconds as the second cycle starts. In between, the 6-second hold after the breathing in will increase from 6 to 12 to 18 to 24, then 30. Okay? But otherwise, the in breath for 6, the out breath for 6 seconds will remain constant. And the holding of the breath out, if you can, for 6 seconds. If you need to, as I always said, mustn't force the holding of the breath or the exhalation or the inhalation. Whatever is your capacity, listen to your body and do. Begin. Hold. Breathe out 6. Hold. In. Hold 6 again. Breathe out 6. Remember to pull the stomach in gently. Hold out 6. Breathe in 6. Hold 6 again. Breathe out 6. hold out 6, breathe in 6, hold again 6, breathe out 6, hold 6, breathe in 6, hold 12 seconds, breathe out 6, hold out 6, breathe in 6, hold again 12, breathe in, breathe out 6, hold out 6, breathe in 6, hold again 12, breathe out 6 seconds, hold out 6, in 6, hold for 18 seconds, breathe out 6, hold, in 6, hold 24 seconds, breathe out 6, hold, in 6, hold 30 seconds, breathe out 6, and relax, breathing in, out, until you get back to your normal breathing. Open the palms and analyze your breath. I'm going to go back to the sitting position. So the next breathing exercise is still on the lungs. Okay. We are going to be working the lower lungs, the middle and the upper lungs. Again, you should know these exercises. I want to go through them very quickly. I'm not going to explain them. So, sitting in Vajrasana like this is the only way. You cannot sit cross-legged on the floor. You can either sit in this thunderbolt position or you need to sit on a chair. These are the only two positions that will work. 4 fingers on the thigh, thumb on the pelvic bone. The thumb needs to connect to the pelvic bone. As you breathe in, I want you to now breathe in over 9 seconds. So the breathing strength should be reduced to pull in the breath in longer. Breathe in over 9 seconds, hold for 9, out for 9 seconds. Then I only want you to hold the breath out for about 2-3 seconds, then breathe back in. You're going to be taking the air into the lower lungs. Visualize the breath coming down to the anahata, splitting along the diaphragm, and then filling up the lower lungs only. Just focus on the lower section of the lungs, okay? So, breathing in slowly. Hold 9. Out 9. Hold out for a few seconds. Remember, in this one you don't pull the stomach in when you're breathing out, okay? Breathe in 9. Hold 9. Breathe out 9. Pause a little bit. Don't breathe in immediately. Now breathe in 9. Hold for 18 seconds. Breathe out 9 now. Hold the breath out for 3 seconds minimum. Breathe in again 9. Hold 27 seconds. Breathe out 9. And relax. When you relax, you just bring your hands back to normal, like palms up, and just analyze the feelings inside. Going on to the middle lung though immediately. Connect the first finger to the top part of the thumb. Again, same. The thumb and the first finger is now going to connect to the pelvic bone, and the 3 fingers will rest on the thigh. Remember to keep your wrists straight. Don't bend them like that. Don't lift the shoulders up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Chest slightly out, but do not curve the lower back. Okay, so feet flat on the floor and breathing in 9 seconds. Hold 9. And breathe out 9. This time you breathe in 9, you hold 18. Visualize the air going along the diaphragm, then going into the middle part of the lung, okay? Take your mind there. Where the mind goes, the breath goes also. This is the power of the mind. Hold 18. Breathe out 9. I'm just going to come closer to the camera so you can hear me breathing in slowly. Now again over 9 seconds shortly. Still the same hand position for the middle lung. Breathe in 9, then hold for 27 seconds. Begin. Hold. Breathe out 9. And relax. Now that I'm on the floor, I'm sitting in Vajrasana, so on my knees with my bum on the heels, okay? So these are the only two positions, either on the chair or in this position on the floor. Now we're going to do the upper lungs. You will feel this, the chest expanding quite significantly here, so you realize that the hand positions were having an effect in directing the breath to different parts of the lungs. Put the thumb in, 4 fingers around, a light fist. This area, which is the side of the pinky, the side of the hand where the pinky is, needs to connect to the pelvic bone, and the knuckles will rest on the thigh. Breathing in over 9 seconds. Begin. Hold 9. Breathe out 9. Hold the breath out for a few seconds. Breathe in 9. Hold 18. Breathe out 9. Breathe in again 9. Hold 27 seconds. Breathe out 9. Breathe in and out, deep in, deep out, and get back into your relaxed state. We are now moving on to the next breathing exercise, which is the shining skull exercise, which is called Kapalabhati. It brings about a natural glow on the face. It makes you look younger for longer. That's one of the benefits. But it's about removing the toxins from the body. Okay, it throws out toxins. But that's one of its names in English, the shining skull. It does give a glow, a natural glow on the face. Okay, but it's about throwing toxins out. So you're sending the oxygenated blood that we have generated in a lot of quantity now by doing these lung-related exercises. Hence, these were, after meditation, the lung-related breathing exercises that we've just done. Okay, and we did 15 minutes in total of them, because we did 3 different exercises. Each one was about 5 minutes. This is the most important because it generates oxygenated blood. Now we're going to send the oxygenated blood through Kapalabhati. We are working all of the organs in this torso region, and all of your main organs are here, apart from the brain. Yeah. So you've got your lungs, your liver, kidney, spleen, rectum, pancreas, thymus glands, intestines, stomach, large, small intestines, and so on. Everything is going to be worked. Kapalabhati. Begin by putting the first finger into the base of the thumb. This is Vayu Mudra. You can hold this if you have a lot of body pain, and that's sufficient. Or you can place the next two fingers on the top part of the thumb as well. This is called Apan Vayu Mudra. So this then helps to throw toxins out. This helps with body pain. This is called Apan Vayu Mudra. Hold this position, okay, and start beginning to breathe out. We are going to do this minimum 5 minutes, ideally 10. And it's going to be continuous. So I don't want to be disturbing. I want the flow, and I want you to do the exercise. One exhalation per second, okay? Thyroid, you should feel the effect all the way to the throat. Stomach should naturally move in. You should not be pulling the stomach in. When the breath comes out quickly, the stomach moves in, and the natural breath will then come back in, allowing you to throw the breath back out again. I'm placing one hand over my stomach just so that I can check that my stomach is moving in naturally and I'm not pulling it in. The exhalation, your hands should ideally just be resting on your knees. The exhalation should be very snappy, like blowing a nose, but not blowing the nose in the long blow, just a very short blow of the nose, like a sneezing action. You're imitating a sneezing action. The stomach will move naturally, that is a reflex action. And the in-breath will come in naturally. That's because you're creating a partial vacuum by breathing out in this very fast, way, in this sneezing action way. Do not pull the breath in with any force after the breathing out. That's also where it goes wrong. The speed should remain 1 per second, or even slower. 1 Kapalabhati every 2 seconds is also fine. But never do 2 Kapalabhatis in 1 second. There should be no tension on the face. Look at my face, it's relaxed. And there should be a gentle smile on the face. Focus on either your third eye chakra here, or on the Anahata chakra, or better, focus on the Mooladhara chakra, which is at the tip of the spine, on the coccyx bone, in the sacred bone region, or sacral bone region. Okay, it's just above the anus. Focus there, because as your stomach goes in, it's actually creating a vibratory effect all the way to the Mooladhara, which is known as your root chakra. Okay, this is where the Kundalini energy sits, and we're trying to activate that through this process. Even though I'm blowing out consistently, I'm not breathless, because I'm allowing the natural breath to come in. Because only if the natural breath comes in will I have the strength to breathe out. This is a key point. Key mistakes: people pull their stomach in. Wrong. Another key mistake: people do it too fast. Another key mistake: they do it with too much strength. This is medium strength. This will be less strength if you have high blood pressure or heart related problems. So less strength, okay? And the other big mistake is people pull the air in after breathing out. They pull in the air. That's wrong. It should just come in naturally, and it will. If you create enough of a blowout, it's only natural the breath will come in through the nose. Keep the lips sealed. You can do a light pull of the air, a very light pull, but you don't need to. You'll realize that because there's a partial vacuum you create through this sneezing action that you're doing, it will come in anyway. I'm going to come closer so that you can see there is no tension on my face, and you may even then be able to hear my breath coming in after the exhalation. And that much breath coming in is sufficient breath for us to then have the strength to throw the breath back out again. I'm going to take the class through to 7:15 because I want you to do 10 minutes of Kapalabhati. We're coming up to 7 minutes. Minimum is 5 minutes, ideally 15. Okay, we're going to do 10. Notice I had no strain. There's no movement of the eyes. There's no trying to, cause any stress on the face. You should be very relaxed, and it's very meditative. And then once you start realizing that the movement of the stomach is causing a vibratory effect all the way to your root chakra where the Kundalini energy sits, it becomes a very powerful exercise, a very beautiful, meditative exercise. As the Kundalini releases its energy in the form of steam, almost like boiling water, the steam comes out, and that is the energy that helps to heal. It fights with all the diseases and all the negativities, all the toxins, all the pathogens, all the bad bacteria inside our organs inside this whole torso region. In particular, this is a cleansing of the gut and the small intestine, where, if you like, 70% of our immune system response is as it responds to the foods and the drinks coming into the body and thinks about how to deal with them and deals with them. So this is a cleansing of this, creating better, good bacteria or flora inside the gut. 40 more seconds and we would have completed 10 minutes. And relax. Open the palms and realize the flow of the breath. If you have been doing it correctly, you should not feel any breathlessness. You should not feel hyperventilated. Any of these feelings, if it means you were doing it with too much strength or doing it wrong, there should be no pain in the lower back, no stomach related pains, because then that means you've done it with the correct strength. Analyzing the breath, you should feel the breath becomes very still, almost like it's stopped. Notice how we do the basic analysis, stroke meditation, in between every breathing exercise. Just for 30 seconds to a minute. Begin now. We're going to do Ujjayi Pranayama. Okay, so breathe in, constrict the throat and breathe in. So if you've been looking at the previous videos, do it with me. I'm not going to explain it. Put the first finger, the middle finger into the base of the thumb and begin. Okay? Tighten the throat. Breathe in. Lock the chin and then pull up from the bottom, the anus lock. Hold the air inside for 5 seconds up to 30. Bring the head up. Allow the two locks to open, the Jalandhar Bandh in the throat and the anus lock, Mooladhara Bandh, and then block the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Okay? No, that's because I was speaking, so I couldn't breathe out at all, because I've already breathed out through the speaking. Now I'm not going to speak anymore. Begin Ujjayi Pranayama. Lock. Head up, block right nostril. So when you feel you cannot hold the air in for any longer, because remember you breathed in, then you have to breathe out by bringing the head up. Again, Ujjayi. When you bring the head up, the neck lock, known as Jalandhar Bandh, automatically opens, as does the anus lock, known as Mooladhara Bandh. Okay. Again, 2 more. We're going to do 5 Ujjayi Pranayamas. Constrict the throat. Remember the chin comes forward. Breathe in through the nose fast. In intervals or continuously. The scraping sound is clearing the thyroid and the parathyroid gland are being worked, and there being any congestion here, any mucus is all being removed. The rough sound becomes high-pitched and smoother as you clear the throat more and more. Remember, when I constrict my throat, and this noise is me breathing in, not breathing out, just breathing in and filling my lungs. When I cannot breathe in anymore, I then do the locks. Keep the air trapped between these 2 points for minimum 5 seconds, maximum 30. Then when I cannot hold the breath in anymore, I bring the head up and I breathe out by blocking the right nostril, only allowing the air to come out through the left nostril. This is the technique for Ujjayi Pranayama. One last one. Relax, open the palms, analyze the flow of the breath. That was Ujjayi Pranayama. Now we are going to go into Anulom Vilom, which is for oxygenating the brain and nourishing the entire nervous system from the top of this. It's actually your Sushumna Nadi, that runs from the root, the crown chakra, all the way to the root chakra. And I know the spine only goes to the back of the neck, just from the neck. So it's not technically the spine, but the Sushumna runs down this hollow of the spine, if you want to call it that. Okay. So breathing in through the left nostril, you're blocking with the right thumb the right nostril. And you breathe into the left. Always start by breathing into the left. 2 to 3 seconds in, 2 to 3 seconds out, 2 to 3 seconds in, and then out. Okay? So you breathe in through one nostril, you never breathe out through the same nostril, you breathe out through the opposite. Once you breathe out from a nostril, you do breathe back into the same nostril. Then obviously the same rule applies, you have to breathe out from the opposite. That is one Anulom Vilom. In through the left, follow me. Block it with these 2 middle fingers and out, and open the thumb and out through the right. In through the right. Block with the thumb and out through the left. If you've not done this before, you should have been checking the previous videos so that you know what to do. I am going to now just continue with Anulom Vilom. Okay, we're going to do this 10 minutes. Breathe in through the left. Block it, out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. So you block with the thumb and then out to the left. In through the left. I'm using my first finger to support my hand. You can place it just above between the eyebrows here. When my thumb is on the other nose, these fingers are off. When these fingers connect, then I bring the thumb off. Okay, like this. Begin. If you're left-handed, you'll have to block with the 2 fingers the right nostril. So you'll have to begin like this. Okay, like that. Then you block with the thumb and release the other 2 fingers. Keep the neck in line with the spine. keep a gentle smile on the face, keep very relaxed, follow the breath with the mind still. Focus on the Ajna chakra here, right between the eyebrows. Focus on the breath coming out from there, down the nose and back in from the tip of the nose back up to this point as a minimum. If you can visualize the breath going all the way down the Sushumna Nadi, which is the energy, if you like, the energy canal, which runs from the crown chakra, the Sahasrar, all the way down to the root chakra, the Mooladhara. If you can visualize the breath coming in from the nose up to the third eye, going right across the scalp, and from the Sahasrara chakra it goes down, if you like, the neck, down the spine, in down this hollow all the way to the coccyx bone, and then back out again this way. If you can do that visualization, great. If not, just focus breath in to there, out from there, in to there, out from there, touching on the Ajna chakra each time as you're breathing in and out. There's no pause. As you breathe in, then you block the other nostril and breathe out, then you breathe in and then breathe out. No pausing in between. I'll show you from this side as well. Okay. Continue. Anulom Vilom. Instead of finishing at 7 o'clock, I did say I'm extending the session to around about 7:15, just beyond it slightly, so that we get a minimum 10 minutes of this exercise also done, and the previous ones that we did. This is a full continuous session today, with little explanation, not too much, because we didn't want to disrupt the flow. I just wanted to make sure you all got to do enough quantity of the quality breathing that you've been learning over the last 10, 11 days, 12, nearly 12 days, sorry, because coming up to Saturday will be 2 weeks. So you should be looking at the older videos so that you were able to do this continuously. Okay, if you weren't able to follow it, you need to look at the older videos first. Okay, they're all on my Facebook post. Eyes should remain closed in this. As soon as you open your eyes, you release the energy that you're accumulating in the brain region. You're oxygenating the brain quite heavily. If you open the eyes, you'll feel a certain coolness come out. You're then losing this energy of Anulom Vilom Pranayama. So the eyes in this particular breathing exercise must remain closed, although they must remain closed for the entire breathing exercises, as I've explained, from beginning to end. Another 1 minute of Anulom Vilom. Make sure the touch of the thumb is very light and of the fingers. Don't push into the nose heavily. And relax. Sit. Keep seated in your normal sitting position. Open the palms and analyze the breath. As we do after every breathing exercise, we simply analyze how the state of mind is and how the breath is flowing in and out, whether it is deep or shallow, short or long, flowing continuously in or very like in intervals and haphazardly, or whether the breath has become very still. Keep the palms open, facing towards the ceiling, resting the back of the hands on the knees. Now we're going to end with what I have shown in earlier videos as the fourth exercise for the lungs. Okay, it's also a form of Bhastrika, but it has its own name. It's called Udgit Pranayama. Geet means a sound, because it's a singing pranayama in which we hum a sound. On the exhalation, we breathe in over 3 seconds, we breathe out over 9 seconds, 3 seconds using a lower sound, 6 seconds using a higher sound. This sound is a very divine sound. It is known as the sound of Om. Om is a very sacred symbol used in Hinduism, in Sikhism, in Buddhism, Jainism, all of these religions from India. This exhalation, it's the Omkara sound, also known as Ek Omkar, the one Om. But you don't need to say the word. I don't want you to chant Om, I want you to simply chant the sound on the exhalation. Listen to me breathing in, holding Dhyan Mudra. Breathing into the Anahat and breathe out through the heart with the lower sound. Raise the pitch to the higher sound. The lower sound is very much a bass sound, it's in the throat. The higher sound is a nasal sound. You'll see my nostrils moving when I do the nasal sound, and you will focus at the third eye. This beautifully connects the spirit with the heart and the third eye, okay, or the mind, if you want to think of the third eye as the mind. But connecting the spirit with the heart and the mind, or the spirit with the heart chakra, where the belief is that God resides, and the third eye, this is your powers of intuition, or positive thinking. This is your ability to open up to the universe and to your internal state. Okay, so breathe in. If you know the the classical music notation system, this is the lower pa and this is the normal tha sound. In English classical system, it is do, re, the sounds. I will move my fingers to show you the count. The count is 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out with the low sound, 6 seconds out with the higher sound. Breathing in over 3 and exhaling over 9. You're not going to move your hand, I'm just demonstrating where the sound is coming out from and where I'm focusing, and the tapping or the counting on the finger is just the duration. Okay, you will just stay like this, breathe with me. Keep the eyes closed, open the palms and relax. Realize the state of the mind. Realize the state of the breath. Stay internal, for this is the science of the internal. This is my time. And in this time I will not allow anyone or anything or any sounds to disturb me, for this is my time. For I am the healer. I am healing. I am healed. You yourself are the healer. But these ancient techniques of breathing exercises, these ancient yogic breathing exercises, are a powerful science to awaken the internal strengths, our internal chakras or energy centers, to increase our immunity and to increase our capacity to breathe, to increase the lungs' capacity, to correct the digestive system, to correct the brain and the whole nervous system, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, to bring about a relaxation of the mind and an energizing of the mind and the body, allowing the front lobes of the brain to become more active and creating an aura, a shield of protection from the diseases outside and from the negativities of the world outside, of not affecting us. For I am the healer. I am healing, constantly healing, and I am healed. With this positive affirmations and this belief, and with this positivity, we conclude the breathing exercises for today. Take the palms above the head, don't open the eyes, rub the palms together to generate heat in the palms. When you have generated enough heat, bring the rubbing palms in front of the third eye. Then place the palms over the physical eyes, open the eyes and allow the heat to go to the eyes. Keep the hands on the face for about 10-15 seconds. Then bring the hands down the face to the middle of the chest. Connect the thumbs to the middle of the chest, into the anahat or the heart chakra. Breathe in. Breathe out, but first connect the left hand on the floor. The right hand crosses over to earth ourselves as you bow forwards. Breathe out. Breathe back in with folded hands into the heart chakra with the thumbs connected. Breathe out, connect the thumbs to the point between the eyebrows as we bow out to each other. Namaskar, Namaste. the divine in me bows to the divine in you. Well done, everyone. Now, as I said before, this Facebook post will also be uploaded. It's on my Facebook, and you need to look at it, you need to study it, analyze it. This was a continuous session. We're finishing now at 7:20. So I gave an extra 15 minutes because we started at 6:05. So I said I was wanting to do all of the breathing exercise and a certain quantity of breathing today. So this is the kind of continuity. I hope you're getting an idea. And just imagine when there's even less talking and there's no interruption at all, you'd be able to do it in a flat 50 minutes, and it would be in one go, and it would be very peaceful, and it would be very energizing. Even now you will probably feel a bit different, because if you've managed to follow it. If you haven't, you should have been looking at the previous video so that you get to this stage and are able to do what we did today, and it will become even more intense in the sessions to come. All the best. Please do leave any comments below, any questions. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for the session in Hindi. That will be at 8 AM UK time, and in India it's 12:30 PM. But otherwise I will see you again in the evening for the evening session at 6 PM. All the best. Namaste everyone.